Okay, let's get started. So here specifically, we have the map of New York, United States. It is November 8th, 2023 at 9:22 p.m. and I'm giving a star tour of the Northern Fall sky. Okay, so pretend you can see all of these stars in the sky because you will be able to if you ever go to a dark sky location. Um, so Oh, by the way, this won't change much. It varies a little bit based on longitude, latitude, but it won't vary much if you're within like 10-ish, 20 degrees, which is not going to be an issue for anyone on the East Coast. So we are going to start up here with Cassiopeia. So Cassiopeia is a constellation that rises very early and it does not set very really either. It stays on late into the night. Um, so you'll see Cassiopeia has this signature W, and Cassiopeia is the wife of Cephus. I'm probably completely mispronouncing this, but Cephus is the king constellation, and you can see by his little crown. Looks like a house. Um, but what you're really going to want to look at, especially if you can see Ursa Minor in the sky, because Ursa Minor will set pretty early as well. Ursa Major has already set. Polaris. Polaris is the North Star, a couple degrees off of true north, and you'll be able to see the tail of Ursa Minor. And from Ursa Minor, you can go straight to Cassiopeia. So you know the W here you're looking at is Cassiopeia, not Lacerta, because Lacerta is this slightly less bright W up in the sky. So yeah, you go from Polaris to Cassiopeia, and once you're here at Cassiopeia, you have Cephus on the left. Is a major constellation, Perseus on the right. So Perseus is mythological hero, and above you're going to be able to see the Andromeda constellation. So Andromeda as a constellation is not very notable, right? You might know Andromeda as the galaxy, and the galaxy is actually M31, which is a Messier object in between Cassiopeia and Andromeda. So you'll be able to see Mirach right here. So if you see Mirach, you go down a star. And then you just go to the left across the sky till you see Cassiopeia, and somewhere between the top star and Cassiopeia and the star over here, you're going to see M31. So it's going to be in this general location. So once you go from Andromeda, Andromeda connects to Alpheratz, which is the one of the brightest stars in Andromeda. So the square Pegasus, you have Alpheratz, Sheet, Markab, and then Algenib. And this is an astronomical asterism, which means that it's not all from the same constellation, but it makes up a notable pattern in the sky, which is astronomically recognized. So this is another guiding point in the sky if you're looking for a notable orienting constellation, or well, rather you probably see Cassiopeia first and then you find the square Pegasus, since Cassiopeia is more central and will be easier to find. But the square Pegasus is also very noticeable. And if you go from Sheet, you can go over to Cygnus, which has Deneb right here, and this is our second asterism in the sky this night, okay? So the summer triangle hasn't set yet. It's going to set soon. It's up most of fall, I believe. So, but the summer triangle does set early-ish into the night, so you have to be careful when looking at that. So you have Vega, Altair, and Deneb here. Deneb is in Cygnus. Cygnus is a beautiful swan that you should be able to see through the summer triangle in the sky. And then Altair is in Kia, Vega's in Lyra. And then from here, I believe the only more notable constellations you're going to see are Pisces Austrinus, which has this unique cradle-like structure. And Fomalhaut, you should be able to see as a guide star, so you know If you're near the square Pegasus, you might have this funky little cradle constellation star pattern, and that's going to be Pisces Austrinus, which is good for orienting images as well. Orion rises later into the night, but you should be able to see at least the 3 stars in Orion's belt and then Betelgeuse and Rigel. From here you have Radnus, Fornax, Gemini, Taurus, Cetus Auriga, right? You're gonna have which you're gonna see the more notable constellations that are gonna be brighter going up into the sky at a higher degree. So you also have Jupiter here, and Jupiter is next to Perseus and square Pegasus. So you know if you're looking at Jupiter, you're generally looking in the right direction of the main constellation that you're going to see in the sky. Pisces, Aquarius, Equus, Delphinus, right? So you have all these very interesting constellations in the sky that I would say don't have as in-depth of a backstory as the summer sky. The summer sky is definitely between the summer and the winter sky. I'd have to say the summer sky is my favorite. Has my favorite star map, just given the depth of the lore of the stars. Lore, if you may. Also, well, I guess Orion is rising, right? So Orion will be up later in the night. As fall goes to winter, Orion rises earlier and sets later. And you have Betelgeuse, which is a variable binary star, right, will go supernova within the next 100,000 years and has an apparent magnitude of 0.43, which means it's quite bright in the sky. And yeah, that's about it, I think. So have a good sky watching session or whatever you may be doing after this. And watch the skies, as Nicholas Sunseth told me. Great. Okay. And